So happy to see you. Welcome. Again, I just want to commend Charlie because they didn't know what I'm preaching about. And it's so amazing. All the songs relates to what I'm going to be preaching about this morning. And she still said to me, what music do you want to choose? I said, yeah, you do it. And we know when God's on something is when everything falls to place without our effort. Sometimes we want to do the effort and do everything to make it work. And most times we need to do very little and allow God to work. Amen? So my message today is a very simple one. It's about second chances. How many of us have been in a situation that you sit back and you think, if only I was given a second chance? Ninevites. For me, God's been the God of 1,000 chances. 1,000. Maybe that's not even enough. Because constantly, I'm having to cry out to God, and He's giving me another chance, and another chance, and another chance. And the amazing thing is, He doesn't count those chances. So, this story is about wind, lots. If you're not sure what lots are, I'll explain it to you. A fish, a plant, and a worm. I mean, how crazy is that message? Doesn't make any sense at all. But you'll see the reality of it when we go to and understand that Jonah was called with a divine mission. And each one of us are a Jonah, whether we like it or not. Even before we're born, there is a divine calling upon our lives that we need to fulfill. And one of two things happens. We answer the call and we do what God wants us to do, or we go around and we float around and then we end up doing what God wants us to do. Amen. So in Jonah chapter 1, verse 1 says this. Now the word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai, saying, Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry out against it, for their wickedness has come up before me. So if you're not aware of the background of that story, two prophets before that, one Isaiah and one Amos, had actually prophesied against Nineveh. Because the Ninevites were a very, very cruel people. To explain how cruel they were, if they had to come to Kosamui, the first thing they would do, they'd kill every man, woman and child, every animal, cut their heads off, and they would put it at Naton Pier, at the entrance to the island, so that everybody that comes here will know that they're great. But they were an extremely cruel people. And they were constantly up against God's people. So can you imagine when God says to Jonah, Jonah, I want you to go to Kosamui. And he goes, okay. And he goes to Pangang. You see, Jonah knew the destruction that the Ninevites were supposed to have. He knew the punishment that they deserved. But he also knew his Father, God, who was merciful and kind. And the thing that annoyed Jonah was he wanted to see the Ninevites punished and dead. I mean, come on. Imagine everybody here, Kosamui gets attacked, and you finally get an opportunity to revenge yourself against these people. You'll be like, I'm the judge now. I'm going to decide what's going to happen. So what happens with Jonah? He says to God, okay, I'm going to Nineveh, and goes in the opposite direction to Tarshish. How many of us have heard God speak to us? We've agreed, yes, I'll follow you. And then we turn and we run in the opposite direction. You give your hearts to the Lord, you become born again, you all super excited, and God says, right now, this is what I want you to do. And you go, okay, and you go in the opposite direction. You see, it's not the fact that he just went to Tarshish. It's the fact that he walked away from the face and the presence of God. That to us has to be the worst thing possible. We sang songs this morning related to what God did for us. You saw images of Christ on the cross. You saw images of Christ coming out of the grave. You saw the goodness and the loving kindness of God all flashing before us. And can you imagine all that's given to us, and what we do is we turn our back and we choose to go somewhere else. You see, when we start to turn our back on God, it costs us money. Because in verse 3 it says, now Jonah rose to flee to Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. He went down to Joppa and found the ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare and went down to it to go with him to Tarshish from the presence of God. You see, when we are in the will and the presence of God, it costs us nothing because it's already been paid in full. But when we walk the road of disobedience and rebellion, it costs us. How many of us have paid the price unnecessarily because we've chosen to turn our backs on God? When God sends you on a divine mission, it's not a suggestion. It's not like, Russell, would you like to go to Coast Point? I need to get back to you on that one. You see, things are kind of difficult at the moment. But I'll let you know. I'll send you an email, maybe I'll text you. Better still, I'll WhatsApp you. And what we do is, we have this negotiation with the creator of the universe. When he speaks a commandment. And what happens next is quite amazing. And so he's on the boat. Now, Björn and Penny have a boat. And they will tell you that one of the worst things of having a charter service is the wind. The wind. All ready to go and the wind starts. And you can see the clients are really going green even before they get on the boat. And what happens with this man? He gets on the boat, doesn't tell anybody who he is, and he's going along. There's Jonah going along. And suddenly, a storm comes. And in verse 4 it says, the Lord sent out a great wind on the sea. There was a mighty tempest on the sea, so that the ship was about to be broken up. I don't know how many of you have been on a boat in stormy water. It's not pleasant. Because you can see the land and you can't see the land. Then you see water, then you don't see water. And all the while, and you become that lovely shade of green. Another nice green color. And all you want to do is, I want to go home now. So I want to ask us, what storm are we in right now? What are the storms that we are facing? What is the wind that is resisting us? What is the thing that is causing us to feel ill and bad and unwanted and rejected? What is that thing that has made us to feel that we're not worthy? And how often don't we say, just see what the devil's doing to me? The poor devil gets blamed for everything. But sometimes it's God. Allowing the wind to come into our lives, allowing resistance to come, allowing a storm to come, because the actual fact is we are walking in rebellion and disobedience. And what he has to do, he has to slow us down. Because you see, you can be all excited about going across to the other island. Oh, we're going to go for a little bit of a party over there, and we're on the boat, and then it starts. I'm telling you, you're not that keen to go to the other side. It says here that in verse 5, it says, the mariners were afraid, and every man cried out to his God, threw the cargo that was in the ship into the sea to lighten the load. But Jonah had gone to the lowest part of the ship, laid down, and was fast asleep. So the captain came to him and said, what do you mean, sleeper? Arise, call on your God. perhaps your God will consider us so that we may not perish. Who and what are we putting at risk and in danger because of our disobedience? And what happens is we go to sleep as born-again Christians. We get saved, we have this almighty God that rescues us, and at best what we do is we run in the opposite direction. We go to the bottom of the ship where it's nice, quiet and peaceful, and then we go to sleep. And all around us people are in danger. People are in danger of hellfire. People are in danger of dying from STDs. STDs of AIDS. Babies are being aborted. People are being murdered. Women are being raped. Why? Because we, as born-again Christians, like Jonah, have decided to go to the bottom of the boat and go to sleep. Because we don't want to concern ourselves with the thing. But you see, God's got a way. Can you imagine us, all the unsaved people, all the Buddhists, all the Muslims, all the Jehovah's Witnesses, all those people that don't serve God, come and tell us, and it's true, they do. Because when we act in a way that's not godly, they will come to us and say, you're supposed to be a Christian. Aren't you supposed to do this and do that? It always amazes me how much heathens know about what we should be doing. And the captain was no different. He knew what something was going on. Why didn't he ask somebody else on the boat? I mean, there was a whole crew. I'm sure there were a couple of passengers there, but no. He goes to the guy sleeping at the bottom of the boat. Are we still the light of the Lord, and are we the salt of the earth? When people see us, do they see Jesus, or do they see hypocrisy? When we are amongst people, is our life and our lifestyles changing them and flavoring them, or are we same? Are we just, going through the motion? So now back in the day, if people didn't know what was going on and they didn't understand, they would do what is known casting lots. So what is a lot? It's more than a little, but no, okay. Don't get it, but anyhow. Casting a lot. So the high priest had all these 12 stones in his vest. But then there were two other stones, a black stone and a white stone. And every time people needed to know anything, they would go to the high priest, and the one stone would be a yes, and the one stone would be a no. So it was the Urim and the Thummim. Say Urim, Urim. Say Urim. Say it, Urim. And Thummim. Just like that. The thing is, when people didn't know, they would have to go to the high priest, and the high priest would cast lots. But even the heathens cast lots, because if they didn't know something, they would use some form of chance to find out. We don't need to. We can call on the name of the Lord. When we in doubt, we can ask, Holy Spirit, please reveal what is going on. They didn't have that. That's all right. So they cast lots. In verse 8 it says, please tell us, who is the cause of this trouble upon us? Then they ask him, what's your occupation? Where do you come from? What is your country? And of what people are you? So he said to them, I'm a Hebrew. I fear the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and dry land. We need to know, it doesn't mean because people don't believe in God that they don't know that there is a God. They may deny God day in and day out. They can bow to any kind of graven image. They can do all kinds of stuff. But they will know somehow in their heart of hearts that there's someone greater than themselves. So like any good citizen, they look at Jonah and they say to him, oh, don't worry my friend, we understand. It's okay. Would you like a cappuccino? Maybe some chai tea? Thai tea, something? No! They grab him and they throw him overboard. Now you can imagine, the sea is rough. The ship is about to break in pieces. They've thrown everything that has been near and dear to them, they've thrown that overboard, and there's one last thing that can make the storm go away. And they don't just throw him overboard. He says to them, throw me overboard. I don't know about you, but if I was Jonah and I was guilty, I'm not telling them anything. I will tell them what they want to hear, not what they need to hear, because I don't want to be thrown overboard. And so what do? They throw him over. And Jonah sinks to the bottom of the ocean. What do we do when we get to the bottom of our ocean and we're drowning? We're drowning in debt. We're drowning in unbelief. We're drowning in unforgiveness. We're drowning in financial losses. We're drowning in bad relationships. We're just drowning. There just seems to be nowhere out. I don't know if any of you have been close to drowning. As a young boy, at 10 years old, I nearly drowned. I remember I came up the first time, but everything was quiet and everything was bright. And I went down to the bottom of the pool and I fought my way up. By the third time, I was completely tired and I sank to the bottom. And a young boy, 1 year older than me, dived in and he saved my life. It's the most frightening thing to drown. Because you're aware of what's going on, but you feel so helpless. Are you drowning? Are you feeling helpless? And in this place of darkness, and in this place of one, Jonah cries out to God. He says in verse 8, those who regard worthless idols forsake their own mercy, but I will sacrifice to you with a voice of thanksgiving. I will pay what I have owed. Salvation is of the Lord. So the Lord spoke to the fish, and it vomited Jonah onto dry land. Have you been swallowed? Cry out to God. And that situation has to let go. Even if it means vomiting you out. Can you imagine the sight of people standing on the shore and they see this whole saga happening with the ship breaking up and this lone person out of the fish's mouth, seaweed wrapped around his head, maybe a little bit burnt from the digestive juices, clothing all over the place, hair all hanging, comes crawling out of the ocean. Do you think Jonah went, hey, just hold on. Okay, right, I'm ready to do an interview now. No. He was very humble. And so Jonah decides to do what God told him to do in the first place. I don't know what that message was. I think it must have been one of the greatest evangelical messages ever. Because 120,000 people repented. That's pretty good. Pretty good for a preach. I don't know what kind of scripture he used, I don't know what he said, but he knew that what he had to say came from God. And what he had to say that came from God would cause people's hearts to change, and they would repent, and they would call on the name of the Lord. Did you know that when we preach, proclaim, decree, and declare the unadulterated word of God, things happen? Lives get changed, people get saved, people get healed. People turn from their wicked ways and get saved. But now you would think that once this happened, Jonah would be strutting up and down the stage and saying, praise God, hallelujah. For Nineveh was lost, and now they are found. They were dying, and now they are alive. They were blind, but now they see. And he was giving praises to God. No. He was angry. This is what he has to say. Chapter 4 in verse 1. But it displeased Jonah exceedingly, and he became angry. So he prayed to the Lord and said, Our Lord, was not this what I said when I was still in my country? Therefore I fled previously to Tarshish, for I know that you are gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and abundant in loving kindness. One who relents from doing harm. Therefore now, O Lord, please take my life from me. So here's the successful preacher. 120,000 people get saved. Imagine he now has to build a church that will hold 120,000 people. Now, he is very angry at God because he knew that God's loving kindness would save the people, but he would have rather had it that they died. So it says that Jonah went out of the city and he made himself a shelter in the shade till he might see what will happen to the city. So he's not happy with that. So he thinks, I know God will still destroy the city. So he goes and he builds himself a little shelter and he sits and he waits. Any minute now, lightning, thunder, fire, earthquake, and swat up the city, the wind will destroy them, and I will be happy. And he waits. Okay. Any minute now, okay. Nothing. Jonah wanted them to be destroyed. God had mercy on them. God has mercy on every single person out there. God had mercy on us, that's why we're sitting here. God's mercy and loving kindness is what calls us to go and do what we're supposed to do. But there again, instead of him relying on God, Jonah goes and builds his own shelter. And it doesn't work. And then in verse 6 it says this, And the Lord prepared a plant and made it come over Jonah, that it might be shade for his head, to deliver him from his misery. To serve God is such a joy. But how many of us are caught in our misery because we believe people deserve what they should be getting? How many? You did me wrong, and I hope you rot in hell. You did me wrong, and I hope God punishes you. That's how we live. That's how we think. And he sits there in his misery, but God in his goodness and kindness causes a plant to grow instantaneously, and it forms a shade over him. And it says here, then he wished death for himself and said, It is better for me to die than to live. And what happens now? The next day, God causes a worm to come along. And the worm eats the plant. That's the next slide. And the worm eats the plant. So firstly, he gets a shelter that he didn't deserve. Now God decides he'll take the shelter away. And now he's more angry because now God took the plant away. And put a worm there. What worm is destroying stuff in our life that we believe have been blessings and covering from God, and we've held on to it for dear life, and suddenly it's taken away. And we think, that's not right, Lord. You blessed me with this, now you're taking it away. How can you do that? How can you be so cruel? How can you be so unjust? How can you be so unrighteous? And I'm not your beloved, and I'm not your best, and now you're taking this from me? Are we any different? You see, people still have concerns for plants and for animals. Go around the world and try and list every organization that saves something. Save the plant, save the whale, save the turtle, save the dolphin, save something. Save the North Pole, South Pole. They're always trying to save something. But when it comes to the lives of those that are perishing, that can face hell forever, it becomes a bit of a bother. Do they have the same sympathy for the 42 million or 45 million babies that die every single year. You want to save the rhino, you want to save the dolphin, but you will murder a baby. I mean, I keep going on this thing because it's so real for us. What about those that believe that they're trapped in the wrong body? That amazes me. I'm stuck in the wrong body. Now, I know that for sure is with me. Because when I think in my mind what I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Muscular, ripping, athletic. And I'm not stuck in this body. I actually should have the other body, the one that's athletic. No. God doesn't make mistakes. The Bible says, for you have been fearfully and wonderfully made. God knows us while we've been yet formed in our mother's womb. So for somebody to say that they're stuck in the wrong body, it's just absolute deception. What about bringing up our children? We're no longer allowed to bring up our children according to the Word of God. Because it's deemed wrong. It's deemed bombastic. The Bible and praying has been removed from schools. Why? Like Jonah, are we sitting in the ivory towers of religion and self-righteousness, gleefully waiting for God to meet up His anger and vengeance on all sinners around us? Is it worthwhile for us to go and sit inside a club where there's music and there's dancing and there's drugs and there's debauchery? Or do we walk past those places? You got cut, you're going to get what's coming to you. You deserve to be in hell. And the little finger goes out of accusation. Where's the compassion? Where's the love of God in us? To step to those people and say, how can I serve you? You see, people don't want to hear what's right or wrong. They want to know that they're loved. And even more so that they're loved by God when they don't deserve it. $120,000 people got saved. So in other words, the eventual obedience of one man walking away from God, repenting and doing what he did, allowed 120,000 people to come to know the truth of the living God. So my question to us is, what are we doing with the seed that we've been given? Because it is seed that we've given. The amount of people allocated to each one of us for our lifetime, where there's an opportunity for us to point them to the way, to Jesus. You see, religion is not the way. It's not. Doing right and wrong is not the way. Jesus is the way. Have we responded to the call of God? And if we have, is that to the positive or to the negative? Are we saying, Lord, wherever you send me, I will go. Whatever you tell me, I will do. Or have we decided in our hearts, okay, I'll go, and are we going about on our own path? Romans 10:14-17 says this. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach unless they are sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of those who preach the gospel of peace, who bring good tidings of good things. But they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah says, Lord, who has believed our report? So then, faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. If we have been disobedient thus far, are we prepared to repent? If we are at that place where we are walking and said, Lord, I'm not going to do what you told me, are we prepared to soften our hearts and say, no, Lord, I'm sorry, I cried out to you. if it means being vomited out, if it means having to walk in humility, if it means being brought down, I will do that so that I can serve you. And I'm going to close with this. It's in Samuel 15, 22 to 23. So Samuel said, has the Lord a great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed than the fat of rams. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness as iniquity and idolatry. Because you have rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected you from being king. Who do we relate to in this story? Are we Jonah, call of God, first disobeying and then obeying? Or perhaps we are the Ninevites, cruel, unloving, unforgiving, uncaring. You see, both started off in a certain way. Jonah, the man called of God, decides not to obey him. The heathens who don't worship God, coming to repentance and following him. Both started off a certain way, but both ended up serving God. What have we done, and what are we doing with our second chance?